E oha ki runga, e oha ki raro, e oha ki te matua iwi, e oha ki te matua tangata. Ka urira taku aroa ki te iwi o tēnei papa whenua. Ki te raupiro, ki te atiawa, ki taranaki wānu. Nā mihi o te kā ui maunga ki koutou katoa. Kei ngā minita, kei ngā mema, me ngā kaimahi o te ware mata. Nā mihi nunui ki a koutou katoa i tēnei wiki wakaharahara. Ara, ko te matatini. Te matatini o te kā ui maunga, te kā ui tupua, te kā ui wairua. Tēnei nami o te kāhui kaiako. O Aotearoa ki koutou katoa, tēnā katoa mai. Kia ora, my name is Tamahau Te Rau. I am a nuri of te kāhui mauna. Wanganui, Ngāti Rangi, Taranaki Wānui, Ngāti Tuwharetoa, Ngāti Raukaua, Ngā Wairiki, Ngāti Apa. I stand here, poho kereru, proud. Proud to be an active contributor to my iwi marae and to serve as a Deputy Chief Executive at the Teaching Council of Aotearoa, New Zealand. Mauri ora.
Tēnā koutou katoa, ko Lesley Hoskin tuku ingoa, ko au te tūmu whakarai o te matatu Aotearoa. My name's Lesley and I'm the Chief Executive at the Teaching Council. We are here today as a tangata tiriti organisation that has spent the last 8 years learning to give genuine effect to Te Tiriti o Waitangi, the preamble and the articles with a desire to be a good tiriti partner. We are by no means experts, but we are willing learners. We are also here as a professional body for 116,000 teachers in early childhood, primary and secondary schools who have spent decades learning about Te Tiriti so they can better meet the needs of all learners. I want to mihi to every teacher for their commitment to this learning and to their utter determination, often against the odds, to ensure all tamariki and rangatahi have access to a world-class education. We acknowledge all others who have spoken out against this bill and their expertise in matters such as the law, the Waitangi Tribunal, the judicial system and mātauranga Māori. Today we are here to speak to our area of expertise, being education. And specifically, we wanted to share with the committee some practical examples of how we are learning to give effect to Te Tiriti. Important context for our submission is that while we acknowledge the bill is about the treaty principles in the education sector, we have never used nor referred to them. Instead, teachers have always chosen to go back to the source and to learn to use and understand the te reo and concepts or tikanga used in Te Tiriti. It is embedded in our professional standards and our code of conduct and has been for decades. I'll ask Tamahau to share a couple of those practical examples.
At the heart of our mahi, the Teaching Council is deeply committed to being a tiriti-led and values-based profession and organisation. We believe in the immense power of teaching, not just to educate, but to uplift, to empower and to change lives. Every teacher in Aotearoa, whether tangata whenua or tangata tiriti, deserves a place to stand, a place to belong, a place to call home in our education system. We believe that our role is to uphold the mana of teaching so that teachers can, quite literally, change lives. A powerful reflection of this commitment is our wall of identity, as provided in our written submission. A visual reminder of the shared wakapapa of Aotearoa. It symbolises our collective responsibilities under Te Tiriti, acknowledging the diverse identities within our profession, including tangata Pacifica and multicultural teachers who are also part of tangata tiriti. This is the foundation of nationhood, a place where all teachers can see themselves and their role in shaping the future of education. Beyond symbolism, we take meaningful action. As Tangata Tiriti organisation, we recognise that our relationships with tangata whenua are essential. To honour this, together with Te Atiawa, we have developed takai here, relationship agreements grounded in values and the intent of Te Tiriti, replacing traditional contracts and memorandum understandings. These agreements reflect true partnership, ensuring our work is tiriti honouring. We are proud to have takai here agreements in place, including with Te Akatia, the Māori Principals Association, and local iwi, Te Atiawa and Ngāti Toa. These partnerships ensure that when we work within their rohe, our approach is iwi and Māori-centric and Aotearoa New Zealand focused and aligns with the articles of Te Tiriti. This is a model for all teachers nationwide, demonstrating how our profession can uphold Te Tiriti in practice and at place. Through these initiatives, we reaffirm our unwavering commitment to an education system where every teacher, no matter their whakapapa, has a rightful place, whether Māori, Pasifika, Pākehā, or from many multicultural communities that now call Aotearoa home. Every teacher brings a richness of experience, culture, and wisdom that shapes the future for our tamariki. Some have walked this land for generations, carrying the matauranga of their tupuna. Others have journeyed from distant shores, bringing new perspectives and skills to share, no matter where their story began. All teachers belong. By embracing this diversity and staying true to the articles of Te Tiriti o Waitangi, we strengthen the mana of teaching so that every teacher is valued, every voice is heard, and every learner in Aotearoa has the opportunity to thrive. Tēnā koutou katoa.
Our next example is a program we created for teachers called Unteach Racism, which was launched in 2019 in response to the systemic underachievement of Māori in our education system. It is not something they teach, but it is designed to help them change their teaching practice by learning to recognise racism and then use their skills as teachers to change the system. At the end of last year, we surveyed 20,000 teachers about the impact of these learning modules. 73% reported that Unteach Racism has changed their teaching practice. What we know is that effective teaching and learning is founded on good relationships. Good relationships include understanding the importance of the language, culture, and identity of learners and their whānau. One of the standards of the teaching profession is Te Tiriti o Waitangi partnership. Among other things, teachers are expected to understand and recognise the unique status of tangata whenua in Aotearoa New Zealand and practice and develop the use of te reo and tikanga Māori. Late last year, we surveyed principals, tumuaki and centre leaders who endorsed the Practising Certificate of Teachers. Of the 1,066 responses, 53% said they believe that understanding and effective use of te reo me ngā tikanga Māori has improved learning outcomes. While we have some way to go, we are seeing positive impacts. I want to now refer to a sentence in the bill that I have found to be fundamentally untrue. It says the treaty principles as defined at this time help reconcile differences between the te reo Māori and English texts and give effect to the spirit and intent of the treaty when applied to contemporary issues. While that might have been the hope, as I said, we do not use the principles. That is because I have learned both personally and as a senior leader in the public sector for 25 years, you cannot translate culture. So when the bill refers to the purpose of the principles being to reconcile differences in language and to bring clarity, I propose to you attempting to do that remains the issue at the heart of the matter. It seems to me we need to stop debating which word, sovereignty, kawanatanga, and what is meant, or which language or version of the text, as those are binary options and have only ever created division and forced us to defend one or the other. I implore you to consider a third option. That being, I understand language through the lens of a Pākehā culture, my way of seeing and understanding the world. To better understand Te Tiriti, I needed to learn the tikanga that the language sits within. That is, it is my lived experience that you do not translate culture back to your own worldview. You must be willing to learn a new one. Therefore, on behalf of all teachers and all of us at the Teaching Council, I implore you to consider abolishing the principles and requiring all New Zealanders to progress their knowledge and understanding of te reo me ngā tikanga Māori, just as teachers have done. To learn tikanga at place to form genuine relationships with mana whenua so that all people, tangata whenua and tangata tiriti, understand their place, understand their responsibilities, and that they belong. In doing these things, we believe that we will make the principles redundant because these things have been the foundation to the success we are starting to see in the education system. We believe this will lead to the enactment of the third article of good citizenship, the second article of by Māori, for Māori, and in Māori. And the first article, well, that is up to you, but we respectfully ask you to do your job, just as teachers are working exceptionally hard to do their job. That is to form honourable relationships with your tiriti partners. Toi tū te mana, toi tū te kaiako, toi tū te tiriti.